Hey all, Hipper here. So we're continuing with, battles where there are less than 9 players. So if you enjoy that, don't forget to like, share, and of course subscribe. So in this battle here, we have a 4 versus 4. And I have a bunch of these. I have like a 5 versus 5 with Minotaur lined up, and I even have a 2 versus 2 in another Yamato here. So we'll do that in the coming days. But this one here, as you can see, is 4 versus 4, and it's a nice, spread of ships here. We have 2 battleships, a cruiser and a destroyer on each team. So again, well, the better players win, really. So I'm sticking with this Alaska over here because obviously he has a radar, and we do have a Shima in this game. So I have to be quite careful because obviously battleships are the Shima's target number 1. So we don't want to push too far here, and I've started a bit into the battle because it was pretty dry the first 4 minutes, really. So as you probably heard in my previous video from yesterday, I really enjoy these smaller battles here. I think the tactics change, the strategies change, and the picks that you actually make when you pick a ship for your battle. If you knew it was a 4 versus 4, you would probably pick something different. I mean, I knew I would have been in this battle here, but again, there's no way of knowing. So it's a nice surprise once you get into a battle and figure out that it's not 9 versus 9. Even if it's just 7 versus 7, the whole gameplay changes a lot. It really does. I think what I prefer the most actually is a 5 versus 5, because obviously if there's 3 spawns, then one of the spawns is going to be just one ship, depending on how the ships are distributed, but that's usually how it works. And again, that creates uncertainty and surprises, because it was 6 versus 6, you'd know, oh, there'll be 2 ships at each spawn, and yeah, it'll be pretty easy. But a 5 versus 5, it shakes up everything. So you're not even sure that when you spawn, if you're actually going to spawn with somebody else, and you don't know if you're facing 2 or 1 ship on the other side. It makes it interesting and keeps you guessing. So this Alaska and myself here, we are just total bullies because we're ganging up on everyone. Like the Alaska earlier, it was the 2 of us just firing at him all the time, and the Shima isn't really helping his team here. He's too far away to make any difference. And as you can see here, the Richelieu, he knows that this game is over. It's 2 versus 1. And it's 2 legendary ships versus 1 tier 7. So he doesn't have a chance at all. So that's why he's going for the ram. And it makes perfect sense. And he's going for me, which also makes perfect sense. I'm probably the biggest threat here. I mean, they really should have positioned better. Like the Kurfürst and the Richelieu, they should have teamed up together, just like the Alaska and myself here are doing, and they might have a chance then, but not like this, not 1 at a time versus, oh my god, actually 3 ships here. It's not just 2 of us. Generally, actually, teaming up like this is not the best idea. It's better to spread out a little bit so you can get some different angles on the opponents. But it turned out in this game here, which just seems to be pretty much blind luck, I guess. But I mean, I spawned in the middle, so yeah, I'm just sticking to my spawn, and everyone else is just joining in, which in this actual battle here actually works out. But like I said, generally that's not the best play, and I see all the time in these smaller battles, for example 3 versus 3, like the 3 ships on the red team, they all clump together somewhere, and if it's domination, they don't even go for the caps. They go somewhere and then they hide, they stick together. And if it's domination, you can just take all the caps, and then at some point they are forced to make a move. And if you and your team positions in a reasonable way, you can just wait for them to come out and just absolutely pummel them. And of course, there's also battles where people actually realize that, hey, this is a 3 versus 3, so if I don't do my part, we're going to lose. But those are the fun ones, and that's where you really get some aggressive gameplay, because whoever gives up a cap is pretty much the loser in that battle, and everybody knows it. It's not like it's a secret. Like if you retreat from a cap, you're giving it to the other player on that flank, and you, or whoever it is that's giving up the cap, if it is a domination battle, is losing the battle. That's as simple as it is. You cannot hide, you cannot, you know, blame everybody else or anybody else. It's just you, and whoops, Alaska there, he was a little bit too eager. Like, if you make a move like that, not like the Alaska, but a move like where you are not like considering the game and the fact that this is not a 9 versus 9, and the fact that what you do has so much more consequence now that there's only 3, 4, 5 ships on your team, for example. If you don't keep that in mind and you don't play according to those new rules, you're going to lose. And like I said, everybody will know it. So we have a Shima left here somewhere, and I'm spotted now, so I'm guessing that he's just where the smoke is, you know, stopping. And since I'm going forward, I'm thinking, oh, he's probably going to try to ambush me, like from, you know, popping out from behind this island here in the front. So, I mean, yeah, that's my theory here, and it means these are the thoughts that you have to make when you're playing these smaller battles here, and that's what makes it fun. And it's also what, you know, makes it nerve-wracking, because there's so much more at stake now here. Because if I get torped, there's a good chance like we'll lose, because we have 2 battleships versus 1 Shima. But on the other hand, I can't let the Shima escape. I have a rough idea where he is right now, and now I'm certain where he is. And it means that I actually have a chance to take him out. Instead of, for example, retreating down to the other battleship, and we'll just get torped by the Shima here at some point, because we have no way of actually finding him. And right now I know exactly where he is, and that's probably the only time in this battle that I will have that knowledge. So obviously I have to use it. I don't really have a choice here. So I am certain he's behind this island, and I'm pretty sure he's going to jump out and attempt a torp attack on me. So I got HE loaded, obviously, and he's in the cap now, so that means he's just around the corner, and just waiting for him to come out, really, and then remove him with, you know, the 2 front guns. There he is, and he's low on health, and that's it. Bing, finished, done. And like, that's what I'm saying, more aggressive in these smaller battles, and it's so much more fun. And yeah, I wish I could just tell the game to only give me 3 versus 3s, 4 versus 4s, 5 versus 5s. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.